So, not having a good day today. So, basically, come to meet the plumber over at the HMO on Penkle New Road. And he's had a quick look, he's done some diagnostics. Now got to put a new boiler into a property that's on a lease option. Potentially might have to do the roof. So, just goes to show you that it's not all rosy in property. So we're back, guys, it's Monday. Right, today's a bit of a funny one really. So I've got, obviously last night we've got like a group chat going with this new mentor that we've got, and he's asked us to write down like everything we do during the day so as we can see exactly where our time's going. I have actually had to do this before with a previous mentor when I was mentored by Jamie York. And we did this exact same thing, and I understand why people do it. Are you with me? It's kind of obviously so you can work out what you're actually fitting in your day. You can look back on it, but something else that it already does is it kind of, because you're aware that you've got to write down your actions throughout the day, you tend to make sure that those actions kind of account for more. Are you with me? So, because it's psychological that you know you're writing them down. You don't want people to look at what you've written down and think, shit, you've wasted time there. So you're more precious with your time. It's just automatic, are you with me? But the problem you get with that is it's a temporary fix. It's like going on a fad diet at first, you know what I mean? You eat healthily, you lose a bit of weight, but then you kind of go back to your old ways anyway. So it's trying to and put the weight on, are you with me? So it's more of the point to try and keep these habits permanently, are you with me? So, and that's where a lot of people struggle. But that's what we've got to do today anyway. But we've got, basically today I've been up and out. I check my emails and stuff in bed. Does anyone else do that? You know, when you wake up in the morning, obviously your phone's generally there for your alarm to wake you up. So what I tend to do is check through my emails. I check YouTube insights and stuff like that just to see where the videos and stuff are at, and then I reply to any comments on my social media, because if you don't reply to comments, the algorithm doesn't look on you favourably, stuff doesn't get in front of people, etc, etc. But when I've done that, then get up, have a bit of breakfast, and then this morning in particular, obviously we've got an ad on Indeed looking for working foremen and also trades as well. So I've just gone through a few of those and shortlisted. One of my main priorities this week is because we are really short on labour now, because the work's ramping up. We desperately need to get some interviews done and get some people going really, because we've got now a job technically standing still for a couple of days, and I don't like that. So we need to get someone in. But yeah, basically now I've got to get over to Nutton Road, because they're changing how they're having the bedroom laid out in the loft conversion. So I've got to sort that out with a customer, and then I need to get back in here and set some interviews for sometime this week. So just setting out with the lads now. Customer has decided to go with one big room in the loft rather than two smaller bedrooms. So just looking at just dividing it up a bit later on as the kids have grown up. So we'll have a quick look now. So obviously stairs are now in. We've got to form a stud wall here, obviously fireproofing, and then obviously stop you falling through there. Bottom of these stairs here. So it's going to be like a cupboard there and that alcove. Doorway at the bottom of the stairs to go in. Everything looks really small on this camera. And then obviously we're just planning out here, stud work on the floor. There's going to have to be a landing there. Doorway into the room. One big massive room. And then she wants like a walk-in wardrobe here. And then obviously we walk across the top of the stairs. Quite a big space this should. Lads know what they're doing now with this. Obviously it's not to the drawing, but we've just ran through it all with the customer. She's happy. We can now crack on with this, get all the stud work up. From there we can get the electrician and the plumber in to do their first fix, and then plastering. But one thing that I have told them to do is, obviously the bay is all finished outside. Sorry, the dormer. But we've not been able to get this fiberglass roof done because, you know, as you can see, again, it's absolutely pissing it down out there. So at the minute it's kind of tarpaulined up. It has been for the best part of a month, but we've got 2 good days, like not sunshine but not raining basically. Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday. So that gives us a window to get the fiberglass on that roof, get it all watertight, and then it's just a case of first fixing in here. Once all that's done, jump onto plastering, second fix. Job's almost complete then. So back in this pickup, the day's been completely changed around, to be honest. So when I got on to the loft conversion job over at Norton Lane, basically laid all the stud work out and that ready for the customer. But we've had a quick look at the weather and we've realised we've got 2, possibly 3 dry days in succession this week, and that's perfect opportunity for getting the fiberglass roof done. Now obviously it needs the insulation and the fascia board and that sorting on it as well before we can do that. So we've kind of changed what we're doing today. Instead of me and Bip going over to Penkhull, which I know it's desperate to be done because it's obviously leaking in every time it rains, but we need to get this fiberglass roof done. We need to seize this opportunity because the forecast after that looks diabolical. So it's just a window that we need to seize. So basically I've just been and picked up all of the insulation, all of the boards for the top board for sandwiched insulation, and then I'm just on my way now to basically go and pick up some fascia boards. Going to get all that external on because if you look outside, sun's shining. So get all of that done, kind of make hay while the sun shines kind of thing. I know I'm supposed to be in that office. I know I'm not supposed to be on the tools. But this is what happens. This is where I always find myself. We've got one lad on holiday. Obviously we've got Tyler and Josh up on Wimslow. They've got a couple of issues up there that I really need to sort out. But they are cracking on for the meanwhile. But this loft conversion's just been hit massively with the weather. But one thing I have noticed as well is, one thing that I need to address really with the lads is they kind of start things, don't finish them off, and then move on to something else. And that is not a good way, because things get forgotten, things don't get done to the standard you want them to. And then when you come to do something like this, you know what I mean, seize this opportunity of a couple of dry days, this isn't ready for us. I thought all of the lead work done, I thought all of the fascia was on, ready to go as soon as we got these dry days, but it's not. So it's now led to me, instead of being in the office, in here, rushing round, firefighting again, to try and get this sorted. This is the problem with the construction industry in general. You can plan and plan and plan, but the weather changes everything. You know what I mean? Circumstances change things as well. So sometimes things don't go to plan, you don't get things done in the time slot that you've allocated for it. It can't, you know, there's always something that goes wrong. So a lot of it's reactive. So, and that's the massive problem. So, not having a good day today. So basically, come to meet the plumber over at the HMO on Penkhull New Road. And he's had a quick look, done some diagnostics, and the heat exchange is gone. So it's basically building up pressure and then blowing off, and then boiler trips out. And then it's kettling really badly inside. I can't remember what the part was, what he says. But he says you're looking about 500-600 quid just to replace the parts, because the heat exchange is at the back of the boiler, so I've got to take it off the wall. So I've just had a look and it's actually cheaper to put a new boiler in. So now got to put a new boiler into a property that's on a lease option. This is the problem with lease options. They're amazing, you know what I mean? You can end up with a really good deal, but because you're getting that good deal, you're liable to take on a property that's got these kind of issues, and yeah, they cost. And obviously you're reluctant to do this kind of work because essentially it's not your property. Even though you've got the full intention to buy it in 4 or 5 years time or whatever it is, you still got the fact that it's not your property at the moment. So I'm gonna have to speak to the person that actually owns it, because I'm not sure if it's written in that big items like the boiler and the roof are actually covered for us to sort out. So obviously we've got those leaking chimneys, so there's a potential that it needs, you know, we're going to have to get up there and sort the flashings out bare minimum, and then it's got to have a new boiler. Potentially might have to do the roof. So just goes to show you that it's not all rosy in property. You have far more problems than you do have wins, are you with me? So, but when the wins come, they can be decent, are you with me? Just a quick one, guys. So I didn't realise just how much I say, are you with me? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a Stoke thing or whatever, or if it's just something that I've picked up over the years. But yeah, I've actually had the mick taken out of me this week, to the point where when I was on a Zoom call on the War Room with Chris and Alex, they were actually doing a tally on how many times I would say it during the call. Have a look at this. Oh well, never mind. So obviously one of the drawbacks with the fact that I've been on site most of the day means that there's now a backlog in here that needs to be caught up on. So that means me working late. As you can see, dark outside now. So I think I'm going to be here quite late. I've set myself a target to try and get done and dusted, be out of here by 8 o'clock. But there's a fair chance that might drag on. But let's see how we get on. One good thing though, we have just taken on, he's basically my cousin's lad. He's a young lad. He's worked for 3 years for another guy as a gas, apprentice gas fitter. He's now fully qualified, so he's got his gas safe certificate, so he can, pass boilers off and stuff like that. He's basically going to come to work for us because the guy he's been working for hasn't been really treating him very well. Has been using him as a kind of a labourer. And he's a qualified gas fitter. The only problem we've got is he's not massively confident because the guy hasn't really taught him in the way that he should have been doing. Like I said, been using him as a labourer. But my idea is, we've took him on. He's basically going to go with the lads and just crack on and work, doing whatever, just muck in. And then when we've got our gas fitters on site, I'm going to ask if he can spend the day with them so he can build up his confidence, and then eventually we'll have our own gas safe registered gas fitter, which is family as well. So yeah, see if that works. Worst case scenario, we've got ourselves a good lad who come and work for us. He's not on mega money because he's literally only 20 years old, but yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. I'm helping family out, but I'm getting a good grafter, and then possibly getting myself my first gas safe engineer to come and work for the company. Morning guys, it's Tuesday. So, yesterday was brutal. So, obviously that boiler just dying on a property that we, due to now get rented out. The problems with the chimney, obviously, which could lead to a new roof. Are you with me? It's just, yeah. sometimes it's difficult to just keep pushing forward when you keep getting faced with these problems. I was up late last night here dealing with stuff, so just tired, very tired, but the show must go on kind of thing. So let's crack on this morning. Got some lentils that I need to take up to Tyler, which I'm not particularly over the moon about, to be honest, because he's literally just had a big order from our builders merchants here in Stoke that have, you know, delivered up to Wimslow. Could have quite easily put those 2 lintels on that order and saved me having to fucking run up there. But it is what it is. He needs them. If he doesn't have them, he's going to stop working, and can't have that. So need to get them up to him. But the problem I've got is I need to go up there in the pickup, and then I need to get back here, and then I've got to be back in Wimslow to meet up with a guy to look at a new build project on a possible JV. So don't want to turn up in my scuffs and my pickup for that. I want to go up in my car looking presentable. So going to have to go up there, drop the lentils off, come back, and then go back up again about 1:30. So fucking nightmare. But in the meanwhile, obviously I've got stuff to get done here, so let's crack on with that.
Just getting all this loaded out, all the brickwork and block work, getting it all upstairs. A big load out this morning. Got the block here as well. Just been passing the block brick up through here. We've got 2.5 packs up this morning. Get all that done today. Up to wall plate. Hopefully the rain holds off. We can crack on. Let's have a nice load out, eh? We love loading out scaffolding, don't we, Josh? Love it. Who needs the gym, eh? And all this scaffold loaded. Get that up to second lift. Laughing. Very straightened up the back of this now. Nice. Blue skies. Corners up for block work. Ready to run in now. And then back on that brickwork, eh, Ty? Get that up and try and get it up for wall plate by the end of play tomorrow if we can. See how it goes though, eh, mate?
Cavities all cleaned out.
Just clean these cavities out, help me, Ty.
We're even chucking in these.
They are cut to the insulation that we cut off, so they push the damp back. We're using them to push them back in, and then obviously we'll go back up with the insulation over there, take it up to there. That's about it, isn't it, Ty?
Nice,
Are you happy?
Alright.
Are you happy with that? Yeah.
I'm buzzing. Well, they'll send him off.
Oh yeah. Turn that over.
Like that, you just like that.
All jointed, ready to go.
Yep, I'll get the next installations in.
That's corners up there now, any tile. One more on there. That corner's up, ready for lentil now. Blocks, one more course on there, ready for wall plate. And that other side over there, we've just got to put what we're doing over there, Ty, we're putting a starter bar up there, are we? Yeah, is that what we said?
Rebuild that corner.
Yeah.
Let that go off. Starter bar it up.
Yeah.
Rebuild all that to the doorway. That's what we've got to do.
Yeah.
Once this corner's up by the end of the day today, spring line off the existing over there.
Pull that in.
Straight through.
Installation's all in. Yeah, that's about it really.
Now, I know what you're going to say before you even say it. There's a few health and safety issues there, which I have spotted myself. And it's one of the reasons why I love these videos, because obviously I can't be on site all the time. I can make sure that the lads have got the risk assessments, you know, the method statements. I can make sure all the health and safety stuff is in place. the idea that they were supposed to have those trestles and boards were supposed to be in the middle as a full arrest, not to work off, and then not to be removed once they got up on top. Are you with me? So these have been addressed already, and like I say, these videos have helped massively with that, because I am getting to see what's going on site. The only problem I'm going to have with it is the lads are going to be less inclined to send me these videos the more I pull them on the health and safety stuff. Are you with me? But I've still got a duty to do so. So don't worry, it's been sorted. I'm sitting in the office now, just going through the Indeed ad. So put an Indeed ad out for carpenter joiners and a working site manager as well. And I'm just flicking through there, and I flicks onto this name. Not going to say his name because it's unfair, because it's going out on YouTube. And I recognised the name, and I thought, wonder if that's the same person. So flick through the CV and recognise the CV straight away. The time he started, what work he's done. It's basically one of my old business partners from years back, who kind of, his missus got in trouble with money, bought loads of fancy cars, stuff like that. I think without him knowing, and all the machinery, we used to have a workshop, came and got taken away on a low loader, and that was kind of the end of the partnership for me. It kind of felt like a bit of trust was lost, because he didn't tell me about the troubles he was in. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think he knew. I think it was all his missus is doing. But basically the partnership split up, but it's him. He's just applied for a job with me. How weird is that? Someone that I was in partnership with probably 25 years ago, and we had a good thing going as well, and he definitely knows his stuff. He knows how to run a job, he knows what he's doing. I've worked with him, you know what I mean? I've worked with him for a long time, so I know he could do this job with his eyes shut. I've just spoke to him and he's interested, but he wants big money. So we just said, I can't get anywhere near that money, but let's have a meet up and have a coffee and see if we can sort something out. So, but I just find it weird that kind of, you know, my old business partner has applied for one of my positions in my company. So, a bit strange. What do you reckon about that? Let me know in the comments. What would you do? Would you go back there, or would you just leave it alone? So, definitely going to have a chat with him. So, we're back in the pickup. I've got these lintels on for Tyler and Josh. I'm literally going to drop them up because it's literally across the road from a job that I'm going to look at over in Wimslow. So this one was picked up at the PIN meeting last week, and it's basically a guy that's looking at buying a plot of land to build 2 bungalows. I think there's already a bungalow there, one of which either needs knocking down or renovating, and then the other one's a fresh build. So he's hinted that he wants to try and do something like a JV on this one. But obviously I'm just going to go have a look at it while I'm up there, and just work out what's best, whether we do it customer facing for him, or whether we come up with some kind of JV agreement. Are you with me? So, but yeah, need to get over there. I'm just stuck in traffic at the minute, so I thought I'd do a quick video. But yeah, one of them days again. It's just nothing's going to plan. It's kind of, yeah, I've just had a price back for the new boiler over at Pencle. That's going to be close to £2,000 to replace that, so really could have done without it. I've told basically the person that owns the property, because it's on an option agreement. If you don't know what an option agreement is, drop me a comment and I'll let you know. But basically we don't own that house, even though we've got control of it. So I don't really want to be spending that kind of money on a property that technically we don't own. Are you with me? I've told them in the hope that they'd kind of take pity and maybe let us have some rent-free period or something like that, just to try and address it. And then obviously going to have to sort the roof out as well. But yeah, let's get over to Tyler now, drop these lintels off, and then get over to this prospective customer JV. So currently got the guy here from Marina Trusses. He's just measuring up for the joists and for the roof trusses. So get that sorted now, and then jobs are good. How are you?
Why is that?
YouTube. Meeting went well. Looked like a fairly decent plot, to be fair. So it was an existing bungalow that was for sale with quite a bit of land at the side of it that someone's basically applied for planning permission to build, you know, exactly the same bungalow next to it. Now, the ground was very waterlogged, and that kind of gives some kind of indication into why it was never built on in the first place, even though it was surrounded by properties. So, yeah, but obviously with modern foundations now, the likes of piles and rafts and stuff like that, it's quite easy to get around that nowadays. The only thing that I think they need to look into is there's a substation across the road, just to check that there is no electricity cables or anything like that crossing it, you know, crossing where the build should be. But I've got a sneaking feeling, judging by the drawings that he had, that he just run across the road, so it should be fine. All this door, we've got lead apron across the top before we do the reg. Afternoon, guys. So it's Wednesday today. First time I've had a chance to jump on the camera to basically do any recording. It's just been absolutely crazy this morning. We've got the floor layers in the office today, putting some carpet down through there, and then we've had an absolute influx of leads come in. So if you look at my screen there, all of those are leads that have got to be dealt with. So I've spent all morning, a lot of them have come in through email rather than the web form. So I've spent all morning transferring everything over onto our CRM, qualifying and just going through those leads. Now I've got to start ringing round and booking appointments for the ones that we think look like jobs that we want to do, basically. So, but yeah, it's a cracking system. Works really well. You have to let me know in the comments if you want to see what it is, what we use. We use something called monday.com, and I've built it basically to copy some of the project management and construction softwares out there. One of them's like really good, but it's ridiculous money. So, and I've just basically built my own using Monday. So, and it works very well because the lads can have access to it on site as well. So, hey up, phone's going. So we've just nipped over to, forget what road we're on now, Nutton Lane. So just to have a look at basically getting this GPO roof on now. So all the fiberglass is on. I think they've given it the base coat, but it's still a bit tacky, so you can't really put the top coat on until that's sorted. So I think they're up there now, look, if you look. Okay, nip up and have a look, just see how they're getting on. So just up on this roof now, it's had the first coat, it is dry enough to put the top coat on. His boots are just covered in resin, that's why they're sticking, mine's fine. I'm walking on it now. As you can see there, the resin's pretty much see-through. Then when you put your top coat on, and obviously we've got these trims. So you've got these trims where you form round with the bandage. What do you reckon to this then, compared to felt?
That's loads better. It's all one sealed unit. There's no joins or nothing, is there?
To be honest, it does go on a lot easier as well, doesn't it? It's fucking torching stuff on.
Torching, nothing.
Well, you have to have hot works permit. You're scared of fucking burning something as well, so it's just loads easier, and then it lasts a lot longer as well. So I'm now here with Andy, he's our gas fitter. He's basically doing the first fix now, getting the pipes in, ready so we can get this plastered. Obviously, electrician will follow on from him. So have you found it? What do you think?
Yeah, it's coming on leaps and bounds. We put 22 mil straight from the boiler off the flow routine, straight through up here. So you've got
direct flow rates up here. It's going to be the warmest room in the house, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, time you got them 2 big radiators in here, it'll be nice and toasty, won't it?
It's coming on leaps and bounds, mate. Yeah, it says really getting there. Yeah, you can have 2 600 double radiators here, which gives you 7,000 BTU, which is more than enough for this. So yeah, it's getting there, mate. Yeah.
So, do you want to promote your company then while you're on? You might as well do, aren't you? What's your company called?
Appreciate that. So it's A&A Plumbing and Heating Limited, based in Stoke-on-Trent, Festival Heights, undertake all aspects of plumbing, heating, domestic gas, LPG registered. So yeah, appreciate that. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, so if you need a good plumber, gas fitter in Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire, bit of Cheshire, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit him up. I'll put his details in the description below.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thursday, guys. So today we are off up to Stockport to meet up with Chris and Alex. We've got a half a day's kind of strategy meeting, kind of work out how we're going to grow this company. So sorry I didn't sign off last night. Basically forgot that I was going out for tea with my mum and my stepdad. Basically my mum's birthday, so, and definitely a mummy's boy. So yeah, obviously, you know, brought up by a single mum and all that lot. So yeah, she was 66 last night, so just went out for a bit of food with him. Really nice, to be fair, but yeah, feeling a bit tired this morning because I ended up sitting on the computer doing a bit of work late last night. But yeah, up and out this morning. I'll be on the motorway in about 10 minutes. Just on the M56 now, on the way into Stockport. Don't know if I'm a little bit nervous or, yeah, I don't know kind of what I'm feeling. I'm not sure, to be honest, because I'm literally going to nip up and see these 2 guys who, you know, are going to help me try and grow the company. But one thing that's obviously sprung to my mind is, in order for them to help me, they're going to need to know everything about me. Are you with me? So it's going to be warts and all. I'm going to have to tell them stuff that I don't normally tell people. Are you with me? So yeah, but let's get up there anyway and see how it goes. So looking forward to actually seeing their new HQ and what have you, because on their videos it looks stunning, doesn't it? So, but yeah, looking forward to actually shaking their hand and meeting them in person as well, because we spoke loads, but other than that, never really met in person. So we've arrived at Every Trade HQ. Have a look. I'm a little bit early, so probably just sit in the car for 5 minutes, go through a few emails and what have you, then head in there. Can't see Chris's car, so probably not here yet anyway, but yeah, got here safe and sound. So in Chris's office, it's just nipped down the toilet, so everything seems to be going really well, to be fair. Got some really good input, getting some, yeah, good pointers, so looking forward to the rest of the day. Right, so I'm here today with Chris over at the Every Trade HQ, isn't it, what you call it?
Yeah, how long have you been watching our stuff for?
Best part of a year now, to be honest,
yeah.
I think I came in watching what you were doing about a year after you'd started.
Yeah, has it helped you?
Massively, yeah, massively. Well, that's why I'm here, innit? It's why I'm studying now.
Yeah.
So we've had a good chat this morning. It's been eye-opening, if nothing else. Are you with me? I've seen a lot of things that I'm doing not wrong.
I don't think Rob's doing anything wrong. In fact, if anything, I think Rob is way ahead of where he thinks he is. I just think Rob's got to get himself now, which a lot of contractors have the same problem, from that point there where you can earn an alright life but really still working for a wage, to that point there where you're earning profit, and then that then is you're getting a wage but you're also retaining money, which Rob's already doing as well, and then divert into property and then grow your property empire. I watch Rob's stuff as well, and sometimes I think you don't believe me, but I watch it. I love it because it's on the ground and he's a nice, honest, hard-working guy, and I can see that you could go like bang and go really grow it. But I said to you, I don't think you need to go too big, because we're a similar age.
Yeah, I don't really want to be that big. Are you with me? I just want to be to a certain point where I can.
Yeah, and I think that you got to get there. And me and Alex see a lot of potential in you, and I don't mean that in a condescending way, but you've been there, you've done it, and you've had your own past experiences which you've talked about. But I think you're on the verge of just going to that next level, and the only person that'll stop that happening is you.
Myself, yeah.
And which is the same with a lot of people. But he's got great ability. He knows how to build anything anyway. So he's got the technical side. He's got systems in place already, which is really good. You really embrace all that. Your thing is that operational play now, just getting like the right men and not having.
Need a proper architect on board, don't we?
Yeah, I'll let you know if I know any. Yeah, that's TV, our in-house architects on things. So yeah, but that's something else, design and build, and yeah. So we've got a group now of like-minded people that are on our mentoring program, and we've deliberately created a couple of groups of people that are trying to do the same thing. And then Rob's in there. Rob said, he feels bad with his depth, but he's not. He's actually
some good guys in there.
They're really good guys. They don't want to help each other, but you're ahead in some ways and behind in others.
Yeah.
Do you know? So we're gonna really try and help Rob smash it because he's got all the raw materials, definitely. And yeah, keep watching his stuff because he's gonna, he's a very honest guy and he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I personally like that. It's good to know there's other people out there having the same things, the same issues. So yeah, thanks for coming down, mate. Appreciate it. And don't forget to watch every trade as well, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. No, cheers, mate.
So back here now, back in Greenwood HQ. So been a long day. Ended up, long story basically. A friend of mine, Lottie, she's our letting agent. She was in Manchester and she seen that I was there through social media or whatever. And she said, any chance of a lift back? Because she was taking a car to get dropped off to be mended. So yeah, so basically dropped her off and I've just got back. So it's been a long day, and literally at 8 o'clock tonight we've got a call with Chris and with Alex as well, like a group call. So it just so happens it's landed on the day, that I went up to see them. So I've got that as well. So it's going to be a long day. So I'll get that done. Try and get some footage if I can. If I can't, I can't. But yeah, I'll either see you a bit later on or see you tomorrow. Morning, it's Friday, guys. So just got to head over to Wimslow just to meet Marina Trusses up there. So they're going to do us some joists and some trusses for the roof. So just want to measure up because the drawing that we've kind of inherited when we took the job on just doesn't look right. The extension looks far bigger on that drawing. So just want to double check with them, make sure everything's right, and then get back here, crack on in here. Right, just over to Blurton now, just to have a look at the kitchen refurb job. Get that priced up so we can get back and do a quote for it. It's been a day of running, basically spent the whole day in this car, running around, pricing jobs. Been up to Wimslow this morning to meet up with Marina Trusses to get the floor joists and the trusses measured up for that one. Just looked at a complete kitchen refurb over in Blurton. Got all the details for that. I need to get that quoted and sent out. Yeah, and then we've just got a barrage of quotes that are waiting for us when we get back in that office. So let's crack on. So we're currently on the next plot. Quite a big plot. We've got bloody sheds and all sorts on it. So it's basically the driveway comes up past that house there and then comes up. And we've got this plot here, basically where he's digging there, trying to get that tree stump out. That's where the bungalow's going, and then the driveway is kind of here. Show you around very quickly. So as you can see, you'll come up here. That's the shared driveway. This house here is the people we bought the plot off. So you'll come up there, and as you're coming up here, all of this will be gone, and you'll sweep up like that in there, and that is it, the driveway to the plot. So you'll come up here, and as you approach this driveway up there, where you'd see them digging there, that's where the bungalow's going. The gardener's going that side, and then the driveway will be here. Right guys, I'm all done now for the day. It's Friday. I'm going to try and finish early, although I've got a mountain of quotes to do on there. Tomorrow is payday basically for the lads. Normally I'd do it today because tomorrow's a Saturday, but some of them want to work tomorrow, so I need to get them going. So I might as well just do the payroll tomorrow, or on the day when it, the 28th, when it normally goes out. So what I wanted to talk about very quickly is, I don't know if some of you have noticed, some of my thumbnails and titles very recently have been kind of, dare I say, clickbait. Are you with me? And it's something I really hate, and I hate this about YouTube. And if anyone's watching from YouTube, yeah, I do not like this. It's the fact that it's a known fact that if you put like a clickbait catchy title and use that with a thumbnail, you will get more views, you'll build more, you know, audience, you'll get more comments, it'll be pushed out more. Everything's worked on YouTube. Something what's called a click-through rate. So every time that is shown, that video, if it's clicked on, it gets a point. Are you with me? And you can look at the analytics of it, and it's worked mainly on that. And then once someone has clicked on it, it's then worked on retention, how long that person watches the video. And it's that difficult because I don't want to do clickbait because I want to be truthful. Are you with me? I want to be real. But no one sees the video if I do that. So when I do it, the problem you've got then is you've got to deliver on that clickbait title. Are you with me? So if it's not shown in the video or mentioned or anything like that, people just click off, and then they likely probably not come and watch you again because you've almost lied to them. Are you with me? So this is probably me apologising for the fact that I've got to do those titles and those thumbnails. If I don't, I'll never build the YouTube. Are you with me? We're still very low on views at the minute anyway, but if I want to build it, I've got to kind of get in with, you know, the way in which things are done. So I'm sorry. It's what you have to do when you're on YouTube. So that's your lot, guys, for this week. If you want to watch a podcast episode of mine with none other than Jamie York, then have a look at that clip up there. And if you want to watch last week's episode of The Builder's Diary, have a look up there. And if you want to subscribe, guys, and I know you do, because it really helps us when you do that, have a look there. Cheers, guys. I will see you next week.